Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Symmetrical, and today I want us to review for the first ever Equestria Girl episode that I just depicted as the best. I want us to review it. It's really fun, and you saw actually the thumbnail. It's called Illegal Plotting because Sunset Shimmer's plan was planned illegally. Well, almost all of their plans. Applejack's I decided is the worst because you'll see later. I don't want to spoil you right now. So let's begin the episode. We start off the episode with the main seven in another mall, and I think they're about to open some warehouses here. Turns out that Shimmer has her own warehouse, which she has actually got some presents for some kids who they're gonna give in the mall, which they all work in. And I wonder, how rich are these girls? I mean, they live alone with their pets, and they don't have much money to support themselves. So is their school education free, or is it just that we never see their parents in the show? This is pretty weird. So if the main six back in My Little Pony are adults in that way, like this way, right? And then depicted in Cantula High School, they're depicted as teenagers, which means teenagers in Canterlot High are adults in Ponyville. Hope you're catching the drift there, right? Now, we've seen dragons come from Ponyville to come into the human world, and we've seen Spike do that twice. So dragons turn into dogs in the human world. But enough of that. It's just a random question of how they live alone, support their own lives, and how they will actually have their own jobs. I think the jobs are the one thing that support them, so that makes sense. But still, there's no way Sunset Shimmer could have afforded her own warehouse. But anyway, they continue chatting about some things, theorizing, and before Sunset Shimmer could open the door, Twilight makes a pun about something, although I found it very funny, I couldn't remember, but I think I'll place it in a short somehow. So anyway, turns out Sunset Shimmer actually gave the key to Pinky, who gave it to Rainbow Dash, who gave it to Fluttershy. Fluttershy entrusted it to Chad, her pet owl, who entrusted it to Rarity. Rarity put it in a beautiful bag and gave it back to Sunset Shimmer. And turns out Sunset Shimmer forgot it in the school. And before I go on, the way she bought this warehouse, the way she planned to actually retrieve that back the key, and when she planned to actually give the presents to the kids, when she got the key to her warehouse, was it before they closed the school for winter break? Because I heard Twilight said the school's closed for winter break. So is it that she placed the key in her locker before closing school? I'm very confused here of how she could forget the key. I think she was just excited to finally get out of school, because I only know that Rainbow Dash does not like school, she herself, so it does not make sense that Sunset Shimmer would forget a few things. Of course, Sunset Shimmer is one person who was taught about friendship, is very loyal, she's very cheeky, she's very funny, and loves music, and she's very cool. But anyway, how could she forget a key to her warehouse? I think it was just a lot that she was just excited for the winter break, just like I said. So anyway, they start worrying and planning some plans. Sunset Shimmer's plans is to have her and Pinkie Pie actually get in through the vents with Twilight Sparkle hacking the system and setting Fluttershy to set her owl to actually go ahead on the janitor. And of course, Twilight Sparkle offenses her plans, saying that Fluttershy is a friend to animals and she cannot attack a janitor. And number two is that this is trespassing. I don't understand how going through the vents is trespassing. Besides, vents are one of the places that is rarely even used. I don't think it's rare for robbers, but it's rare for some people. So, like I said in my short, this plan, they could have pulled it off. I mean, they could have. Believe me, the way it looked, it was just so perfect. They could have pulled it off within 5 seconds and they would have gone for good. Anyway, the other plan is for Pinkie Pie, who decides to bake 12 dozen cupcakes to distract Princess Celestia, put it out of her window, and therefore all of them will get in while actually holding the door with a licorice lasso, which again is a bad idea. It's trespassing. There's no such thing as a licorice lasso. And making 12 dozen cupcakes before the event for the children to be given their presents, it's actually not. It's not actually just holding the time they have, which is a bad idea. And now we come to Applejacks, and I told you I was not gonna spoil you earlier, but I have to spoil you now. This is the worst idea I've ever heard, and certainly dangerous. It's like when I was just watching this scene, I just imagined Cat Noir coming up with the same idea that maybe catapulting into the building would be the best way to get the keys, and I just remembered. healing people. Oh man. Anyway, her plan is to just transform into their superhero outfits and therefore use her power or strength to lift the whole building. And this one I have to agree. It's a no for me. And she's just so cool with it. Did she think before forming this plan it's dangerous? So anyway, Sunset Shimmer then actually asks Twilight to make the plan herself, which she does by actually hacking into Princess Celestia's collar and calling her, and therefore they are allowed to enter, and happy endings are here. Sunset Shimmer gets the keys, and every child gets a wonderful present. What a wonderful ending. So guys, let me know what you think about this episode. Do you think it was, good? Do you think the plans were awesome? Let me know and I'll see you later. Bye!